With Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Yeah, they said I got to come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane studio.
All right, welcome back in OTB here on this Monday morning. Our Monday shows, as you know, brought to you by Bayou Automotive, BayouAutomotive.com, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. You can see it right behind us every single Monday. I tell you what, and this isn't lip service, but just, with all the baseball that we play with Memphis and Hudson, like one of the coolest things is they just love getting in the Jeep, putting the top down, putting the windows down, getting the aux cord. Of course, Huddy's Zach Bryan alone, but just enjoying, the weather for the most part. Even when it's hot outside, it's still with the top down, cool driving around town. It's been a lot of fun to drive it, but they have much more than just Jeeps. Of course, they have every Jeep, the Black Widow Jeep, but as we said, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. They got something for everybody down there at Bayou Automotive. It's in LaPlace, Louisiana, but if you can't make it down to the dealership, you can buy your vehicle on BayouAutomotive.com, and when you do, they deliver the vehicle to you. And then once you buy, if you need maintenance, they actually pick up your vehicle, give you a loaner, and then bring your vehicle back to you. You don't get that literally anywhere else, but you get it every single time over at Bayou Automotive. So, again, go to the website, check out all the new vehicles, check out all the Black Widow packages. It's more than just Jeeps. They have them in multiple options. They've got them in Fords. They have them in Rams as well. BayouAutomotive.com. Typically, we're not going to talk a ton of NBA here, but there was a closeout situation last night where the Pistons and the Cavs were playing a Game 7 Eastern Conference semifinals, and it was in Detroit. Crowd was great. I don't know if y'all got a chance to watch any of this, but Cleveland said, we got this from the very opening tip. And they ran the Pistons off the floor. It ended up 125-94. And I'm sitting there thinking, how disappointing does it have to be? After Detroit, remember, they were down to Orlando, and they made that great comeback. And then it felt like they were, going to be one of those teams that had some magic to them, and anything could happen. And the place was packed. The atmosphere was great. And Donovan Mitchell just said, not today. Not on my watch. Man, I can't think of a Game 7 situation where the road team in recent memory went out there and just smothered the home team.
Took it over. I mean, you mentioned Mitchell, 26 points at a closeout game, and you're right about Detroit, Jake, because remember, about a month and a half before the playoffs, Cade Cunningham goes down. Denver's like, well, that's the season. It's over. That's our guy. It's like Halliburton going down for the Pacers, right? Like everybody else plays off him. But he recovers. Wasn't as bad as you thought. Comes back. Takes someone like comeback against the Magic. You mentioned they were down 3-0. And you're like, okay, like this is the 1 seed. Yeah. You were playing like the 1 seed. And then you just collapse. It was Wednesday or Thursday, Game 5 in Detroit. Detroit had that game won. They had a 12-point lead with about 6 minutes to go. They choked it away and lost in overtime. And I mean, that was the turning point in the series. It's one thing after another for the city of Detroit. Like, just when you think things are going positive, something goes bad and you lose it all over again. But look, the Final Four between Knicks, Cavs on one side, Thunder, Spurs on the other. If you're about youth movements in the NBA and you're wanting to see something different, like these are the matchups you're going to want to watch.
Alondra, how we feeling about Spurs Thunder?
So obviously the Thunder are the defending champs, undefeated in the playoffs. But I think Wemby and company can get it done. Like, he has a lot of really good pieces. Like, it's not just Wemby.
Yeah.
Like, it's Stephon Castle, it's De'Aaron Fox, it's Devin Vassell.
Yep.
I think the Spurs are going to. I think it'll go to 7 games.
Oh, I hope it does.
Yeah.
Like, I think both these series, and again, the NBA, because of our Pelicans situation, right, leaves a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth because you just want the Pelicans to be so much better than they are. And you look at the roster and like, why can't they be better? It's like, well, they don't even have a head coach right now. What are we doing? It's like not a serious franchise. It feels like every time like you get ready to try to be excited about it
And then didn't they fire a bunch of like internal people?
Yes. Yeah, they're trying the old.
It's gonna help, guys. Trust us.
This happens like before you
They
have
fired the janitor or something.
Yeah,
like.
basically before you have a blow up, you try to do this.
Right.
You do, we had something very similar when I was in San Diego. Norv and AJ Smith, who was the general manager. This was more AJ than Norv, but like they knew they had to win and they had to win something. And so they cleaned house. Like they tried to hit complete reset, see if they could hit lightning in a bottle and go win some games. It didn't work.
Yeah.
They won 6 games. Everybody got fired. But that's what they tried to do. So like they, I got released. Tolbert didn't get re-signed. Sprolsey didn't get re-signed before that.
Dang.
And like you could just see the signs of all right, they're trying to do. They brought in some guys that didn't fit what we really have been trying to get done, like different style of players.
Right.
And it just didn't work out. And,
That's what the
they let
Pelicans are
VJ
trying to
go in free agency. So it was just they tried to get a new team because they knew. It feels like that's what the Pelicans are doing right now.
Yeah.
They're trying to, and I don't even say blame everybody else, but they're trying to not blame themselves. So they're trying to be like, well, if we just change like A, B, and C, like I promise you it's going to be better. And like that was the thing that was kind of holding us back. And that's where the Pelicans are right now.
Who's the general manager
For
the Pelicans? Or who's like in charge of the front office?
Who's in charge is the like the actual question. For a while it was our guy.
Yeah.
Mickey was trying to run both franchises.
He does such a great job with the Saints. They were like, hey, if you bring the Pelicans too, double the Mick.
Well, I was trying to see because and I don't know if Graham's making the decisions again, like the franchise and the hierarchy of it. Like I know Joe Dumars, he's from Louisiana, played college basketball here, and then obviously had a hell of a run with the Pistons. Like he's making all the decisions. So I don't know. I don't actually know if the general manager has a voice, is my point.
Yeah.
Like Bryson Graham's the GM, but I mean Joe Dumars makes all the decisions.
What are you doing, Joe?
So not hiring a coach.
Should probably get on that.
Oh, what the hell?
I know. See, we were trying to talk nice about the NBA.
No.
We're trying to have a little
the
fun.
Pelicans are they're awful.
My team and Alondra's team still in it.
Let's go.
But we want the Pelicans to be good.
I might just be being super optimistic, but I think the Spurs can get it done.
It's a good matchup. It's a good
great
matchup.
matchup.
It's
Sure.
going to be
It's
exciting.
going to be very high quality basketball between all 4 teams.
Yeah.
I really believe that. Like all the teams that were there, like they deserve to be there.
Yeah, and then you got 2 teams that have been dominant in the playoffs, but they've set for a week. And we talked about it last week, Jake. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing that they set for a week and didn't do anything? Because then you got the Spurs and the Cavs that are rolling right now. Like on paper, you might think they're a little bit of the underdog, but they got the hot hand. Like I'm actually excited about this, and I've been tuned out for a few years now. I mean, I watched the Pacers last year when they called fire behind Halliburton. Still wanted them to win it, but I mean, this is one that I think the average fan could also get behind.
I thought Troy Weaver was the president, Matt. Oh well, tells you where the Pelicans are right now.
They're a hot mess.
So no, Weaver came over from the Wizards. Can we just hire a coach?
Right.
And then maybe
Do they even
we'll
care?
enough.
Well, but do they even care over there?
Man, I don't know.
Like, does Gail even care about the Pelicans, or is she just so focused on the Saints?
The thing is, the roster has some really good talent.
You should be better than you are, for sure.
That's the thing that's so frustrating is you have talent. You've got young talent. You've got veteran talent. And you just can't ever put it together.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying this is a top 10 roster in the NBA, but late in the season, you should be in playoff contention. Like there should be an outside chance for you to get there year in and year out, and there never is, ever. I mean, you're a top 5 worst team in the NBA more times than not, and your roster doesn't reflect that.
Yeah. Just hire a coach. Start that process, please. Please start that process.
Shout out to the Pelicans.
Yeah, we're shouting them out all right. We're shouting them out all right. Yeah, Flynn will be back tomorrow. He is on a fishing trip in Idaho. One we were both supposed to go on. I've just too many of the things for me to do that. I'd left my family too many weekends in a row, and I said, you know what? I like my family. I'd like to spend time with them. That'd be great. And so I didn't end up going, but he is on a fishing trip. He did bring his son, Huck, so excited to kind of hear some of the stories they've got from fly fishing trip in Idaho. It's a good spot. So it's with Poncho. So we've had a great partnership with Poncho. It's been incredible. We they just send us stuff all the time. Just great people.
Not one photo.
And not one picture. And like Taylor said, not one text from our guy.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, since he got
this there,
fish I caught, like nothing. No.
Might mean he's not doing well. Can't send a picture of a fish, Jake, if you hadn't caught one.
That's fair. All right, well, I started this segment wanting to talk good about the Spurs and Knicks and, kind of talk about how the Cavs really took it to the Pistons, even though they were on the road. It ended with us talking about the Pelicans, which that always goes well. So we'll take a break. More OTB when we come back here live from the Raising Cane's studio.
Off the bench.
All right, go to centralplumbing.org. Centralplumbing.org is the website. In Baton Rouge, in Lafayette as well. Like, they are expanding, and they are way more than just Central Louisiana. And we say the greater Baton Rouge area, but now they're extending that to Lafayette. So in Baton Rouge, it's 225-230-9957. In Lafayette, 337-202-5256. And they are someone that they can come in the middle of a project, right? If you're not happy with where it's going, and they can fix it. They can be the very beginning of a project like they were for Flint and his factory. They can come in at any situation, right? They can give you a remodel at your home, at your business. They can do something as small as a vanity, new tile, whatever. It can be a whole redo there in your bathroom. Go to the website today, centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org.
Off the bench with Hester and Flynn, presented by Bayou Automotive.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from the Raising Cane's studio. Always want to remind you about our friends over at Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. GoTommys.com is the website, G-E-A-U-X, Tommys with a Y.com. When you go to the website, you'll clearly see the difference. Serving Louisiana with quality products and service. Check out a gallery of work on the website. Find Other services as well. That's what we always tell you about, right? And if you're looking for gutters and you want to install those in your home, they can come and they can do that as well. A lot of different things they can do over at Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. So again, go to the website, gotommys.com, or give them a call at 225-250-8808. I had to do that before Marler got here, so we didn't have to hear him say Tommy. All right, let's go ahead and get to some weekend winners.
That's how winning is done.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've got too far.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Are you doing what it takes to win a championship?
Wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do. What's that?
Win the whole thing.
All right. I'm actually going to be negative here and start out with a loser. It is what it is. Sitting there thinking, like the format of baseball, like we had to play this weekend, is that normal? I'm talking about like 9U.
I don't know if like for 9-year-olds.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I think you told us 7 games in 3 days.
And
that seems excessive.
And then there's, the championship game last out got recorded after 10 o'clock last night.
No. You said they're not out of school yet?
No. The first game was Friday at 4 for us, and they're still in school. So
That's wild.
people having to
Some
check
parents
out.
are at work.
People like,
that's not.
Yeah. I had to take off my afternoon radio job.
No, that's not a
It's
great
like-
setup.
Like pitch counts and pitchers and the amount you got used, and 9 years old, you don't want to overuse them because they're 9. I'm going to say whoever came up with that format, weekend loser. At the ballpark, like just waiting to play games. Some teams had to play a game, sit out 2 games, play another game. They weren't like close. They're from LaPlace or they're from Carrollton and having to sit there and find something to do for a couple hours. Whoever came up with that format, go fly a kite. That ain't it. Anyways, sorry to start out negative. Weekend loser.
No, that's insane. And feels like way too much for a young child.
Yeah.
Weekend winner for me, I think I'm going to go with Ronda Rousey. Her and Gina made a
17
comeback.
seconds.
17 seconds. But the thing is, she's 39 years old. And she's, well,
So
I guess
young.
Gina's also.
So
yeah,
young.
right.
Yeah.
She's not even a man
Thank you.
yet.
Yeah. Not even Mike Gundy yet.
Yeah.
What are you talking about here?
And Gina's 44. So shout out to Gina too for doing it. But yeah, got her in 17 seconds. But weekend loser, I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't really the UFC, but the UFC's kind of fallen off to me. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Rousey and
Conor
Corona,
McGregor's coming back.
Oh, yeah.
big fight, right? Holloway?
Yeah, versus Holloway.
That's a big
I think
card.
Max is going to win that one, but Conor will win the
Oh.
trash talk.
It's going to, like, Max is going to come out swing. I just love watching that little guy.
Yeah,
The dude's a warrior.
he is.
He'll just do whatever he has to do just to make it exciting. It's not going to be a boring fight.
We had just gotten in bed Saturday night and just happened to turn on Netflix and the fight was on. I'd kind of forgotten about it. And we click it and it says fight starts at 8 minutes. And I was like, okay, well, hell, I mean, we're here, I'll watch it. And Victoria doesn't know a ton about UFC and all that. And they start fighting. Rousey puts her in an armbar and I was like, well, that's it. We can turn
Yeah.
it off. And Victoria goes, what do you mean that's it? I was like, no, that's the end of the fight. She's like, well, what about all the people that showed up and paid to see
It'd
the
be
fight?
like
I was
that.
like, well, too bad.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I just thought they broke up and they were going to do it again. I was like, no.
I mean, the fight itself was whatever, but the fact that you're 39 and 44 years
Right.
old and Gina hadn't fought in 17 years,
Yeah.
that's crazy. I got to give you a weekend winner just for
Oh,
that.
Yeah, I wish. I don't know, man. Just make it to the second round.
Yeah.
Dance around a little bit in round one.
Yeah,
and then
yeah. Hey, Rhonda. Like,
Couple
we know,
jabs here and
Rhonda,
there.
Like, we know what's about to happen here. But,
Right.
just make it look pretty for a little bit.
You know,
Like, nah,
give the
watch
people a
this.
little bit of what they want.
Watch this.
Yeah. Now watch this drive.
Yeah. She did all right. Tay-Tay?
Yeah, I'm going to go weekend winner first. Ella Langley. So the ACM Awards were last night. She was nominated for 7 different categories,
Bonk.
and she swept. She won all 7.
All 7?
All 7. It was a historic night for her. So
Ella's
Female
awesome.
Artist of the Year, Songwriter of the Year, Single of the Year, Song of the Year, New Female Artist of the Year. I mean, anything. 7 for 7 last night. I don't know the last time somebody's done that. So, look, call me an Ella fella if you want.
Yes.
Shout out to Ella Langley. 7 for 7 last night.
That's what they call themselves.
Yeah, that's
so
a thing.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't listen too
But,
much country,
I
but
love.
that's awesome.
I don't listen to a lot of her music, but I love her as a person. And I saw her acceptance speech after she won Female Artist of the Year, and it was just like very humble and very shouting out the women that were in the crowd, and I loved it. It was great.
We had it on. We had it on in the background, and anytime, like, I'm not even paying attention to the category. Anytime something comes up, it's like choosing Texas. I stop Victoria. I was like, well, there's your winner, because that song's everywhere, and it won everything.
Still a great song too. I don't think it's over. Usually, I get over songs that are like that, trending and stuff, and I'm like, oh, they're overplaying it. But I don't even think it's.
It's a good ditty.
Yeah. Ella
Do
or
people
not
from
Ella.
Texas tell you they're from Texas?
Lainey swept it last year.
Yes. Okay. So Lainey swept it last year.
I mean, people from Louisiana tell you they're from Louisiana. Everybody does it.
While we're at
I'm kidding.
I'm gonna give a weekend loser
Oh God.
to Riley Green. Riley, I got a
Hold
wife.
on now.
I
What
got
Riley
a wife,
do?
and we turn on the TV.
This
Yeah.
man
And I'm like-
is so fine.
I'm like, Riley Green, I don't normally see him in a cowboy hat. Victoria's response immediately, he wears it well. He should wear it more often. I was like, no, we're turning this crap off.
he
And she's
wears
like,
it well.
she's like, well, Ella Langley was up there a minute ago. I was like, that's different. I was like, we can't have Riley Green on the TV no more.
Riley,
Come on,
take
come
that
on.
cowboy hat off.
that
Save
is a
some for the rest of
good-looking
us,
man.
Riley. Get out of here.
That might be the most good-looking man I've ever seen
Yeah,
in person
so-
too.
Next time,
Me
next
and Riley
award
have
show.
something in common.
What is
Both towed
it?
the rubber in the box.
True.
It's true.
Just saying.
Next time he's on TV, though, we gotta turn it off. Victoria's gonna have to control herself a little bit. We gotta get
Hey,
that out
next
of here.
time, next
Dude,
time
his
he just-
arms, he's jacked.
Yeah.
Next time
See,
he does,
this is
just
what I'm
say,
talking
hey,
about.
Victoria,
Weekend
well,
loser.
Ryan Pearlou took his job, so why he's singing now.
Yeah, where's
Weekend
Ryan
loser.
Pearlou?
Weekend loser, Riley Green.
Where's
Can't do
Ryan
it.
Pearlou at now?
Also,
don't
Pat McAfee isn't everything in the world. They were panning the crowd, and they had like country singer right behind Parker McCollum. It's like, boom, Pat McAfee. I'm like, my guy gets around.
Dude, last time I saw him at league meetings in Arizona, I was like, I don't know how you get
Wait,
to
who?
where
Pat McAfee.
Oh yeah.
I said, I don't know how you get to where you're going. He goes, what do you mean? I go, like, literally, like, I know how you travel, but I don't know how you're in all these places.
Right.
And he's
Because
like,
he'll do his show and then be at SmackDown.
he said something like a lot of caffeine and vibes or something.
Yeah, I'm sure it's caffeine.
Buddy, you're doing something because every time I turn on the TV, you're doing something different. Like, not even in the same realm. Like
Yeah.
you said, like, he's doing SmackDown, and then all of a sudden he's doing his show, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's at these award shows.
Right.
And again, he's covering league meetings, he's covering the combine, the draft.
Just everywhere.
I get it, Tony. Guy doesn't sleep. He's on the grind.
They're
I'm going to
saying-
go. Sorry, what?
No, I was gonna say they're saying Riley knows how to put a crib together in the
Oh,
chat.
guys, that crib got put together.
He wouldn't ask for help either.
Guys, the crib got put together in under an hour and a half.
He would have put
okay?
that on his back and just
No.
walked it through the room.
Riley ain't putting that crib. Riley don't cut his own grass. Guarantee you
Oh,
that.
I feel like he does.
Actually,
Okay, I feel
Yeah.
like he
But
does.
it's
Yeah, I feel
probably
like
like
he
a
does.
tractor one though.
Oh, it's
I feel like
probably
he
like
does.
a setup.
Yeah.
I feel like he does. I just hope he does.
I mean, with those arms,
He does. Yeah.
I just.
He
Well,
probably
see, this
does.
is a perfect
Tay-Tay.
comment by Joey
It's
LeBlanc.
okay.
Me and Riley used to look the same, before he got famous and jacked.
Right.
There you go.
Hey, look, it's okay. All right. You can have a fastball too. Now his is 98, yours is 89, but yours plays. It hits the
I
black.
appreciate the 89,
You
Jake.
know what I mean? Okay. All right. Weekend winner. Speaking of country music, the city of Nashville for me.
okay.
It is exploding. We all know that. You go there, there's more cranes there than anywhere else in the country.
Yeah.
The city continues to just explode, expand. And now it looks like they're about to get a Super Bowl in 2030 in the new stadium.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, it is. That's going to be a fun one. That's going to be a fun one. As much as San
Yeah.
Francisco was not my favorite last year with how spread out everything was, This one's going to be in the heart of the
That
city.
stadium is
Broadway
right there.
is going to be
Yeah.
incredible. There's going to be a ton of events. Nobody likes football and music like country music singers. They're
Yeah.
all going to be there because they live there. It is going to be star-studded. It's going to be a time. In 2030, they are going to host the Super Bowl.
I feel like that'll be competitive with New Orleans. Like New Orleans is, I think, one of the
New Orleans
best
is the
places
best, yeah.
to host the Super Bowl because of how close and walkable it all is. But I think that will compete with
Yeah,
it.
Nashville
Why?
would be
Because
good.
Nashville is also, like you said, it's in the heart of Nashville, and that place is also very, very walkable.
Yeah, and they're not
and
going to
everything's
have,
around.
They're not going to have events in Franklin.
Right.
Like people live in Franklin.
Yeah.
It's a great city to live in, but they're not going to have everything's going
It's
to
gonna be
in
right there.
Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not gonna be
We went to that Titans game in November because we just happened to be up there
Yeah.
and they were playing. That new stadium makes Nissan Stadium look like a practice field.
Yeah.
It's massive.
Yeah. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a good one. All right. Alondra, any more?
No, I don't have any more.
Tay-Tay?
Yeah,
I know
I got a
loser.
weekend loser to Anthony Edwards. Not because they lost to the Spurs by 30. The Spurs are very good. That can happen. Anthony Edwards got up off the bench with 8:01 left in the fourth quarter. Look, the Spurs had pulled their starters off the court. The Timberwolves had pulled their starters off the court. The game's basically conceded. I understand that. But there are 8 minutes left in the game. Anthony Edwards walked over to the Spurs bench in a timeout to shake hands and congratulate all the Spurs players. I don't like that. There's 8 minutes left in that game. Crazier things have happened. Look, I get it. It looks like the game's being conceded. His excuse was, look, it doesn't look like I'm going to go back in the game at that point. I just want to go over there and give them the respect they deserve. That's fine. Do it after the game. And if you don't want to watch the other team celebrate, do it quick after the game. Get into the locker room. I'm good with it. You shoot 9 of 26, though, as your team's alpha, and then you go over there and shake hands with the opposing team with 8 minutes left. Just leaves a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I don't love that. I don't love it in any after the game. Sure, no point in the game though like that. So, T-Wolves were salty though. They were salty. They were frisky in the playoffs. But yeah, I'm right there with you. When it's over, then maybe like behind the scenes, go do all that. Even after the final buzzer, like go pay your respects for sure. But you never know. You never know what's gonna happen. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little LSU baseball. Will Helmers will join us here in studio. We'll have that for you here live from the Raising Cane studio.
Off the bench.
All right, go see our friends at Trash Rangers. TrashRangers.com is the website. Today was trash pickup for me. And, luckily I saw everybody else's trash cans out. And you kind of remember, oh, yeah, it's trash day, right? But with Trash Rangers, you don't need to go outside and see everybody else's cans out because they're going to send you a weekly text reminder. You're always on top of it. Just one of the many, many services that they offer that nobody else is going to offer you, and something that they do every single week. Also, something that they do is they work around the holidays. What do I mean by that? Well, if there's a holiday and you don't have pickup, a lot of times we'll see you the next week. Not the case for Trash Rangers. If there's a holiday and you miss trash pickup, they're going to pick up on Saturday at Trash Rangers because they don't want you to miss a single week without having your trash picked up. So residential, commercial trash pickup, roll-off dumpsters, sanitation department, they have it all. Go find all that information at TrashRangers.com.
The sun is hot and that old clock is moving slow, and so am I. Workday passes like molasses in wintertime, but it's July.
Off the bench with Hester and Flynn, presented by Bayou Automotive.
My boss just pushed me over the limit. I'd like to
All right, welcome back in.
think I'll just call it a day.
OTB here live from the Raising Cane studio. Will Helmers joins us now. Of course, former LSU baseball player, Louisiana loaded now, and he is sitting with Kane. His emotional support dog.
Here he is. Sometimes you just need to get through. Kane's got my back.
Another LSU baseball weekend where things don't go your way, to say the least. But we've already thrown a lot of shade at them today for the series they had this weekend. So with you here, Will, certainly want to talk SEC baseball tournament. You've been in a situation where in 2024 now you didn't have to go win the whole thing like this team, but you had to go win 3 games, and y'all got that done. Very exciting tournament. The South Carolina games, one we'll remember for a very, very long time. But when you're staring at what they're staring at right now, and look, Jay saved some pitching because he knew, like, even if we swept Florida this weekend, it wasn't going to be enough. So you're going to have what, is your best available arms going into the tournament, but you're staring at Oklahoma, Auburn, A&M, and then, we have to see how it plays out, likely Texas, in a situation like that. When you're staring that in the face, knowing what you have to do, what's your mentality going into something like that?
A little daunting.
Yeah.
Based off of a 9-20 SEC record for them. They're set up to do it. They can do it. I think a big thing is that the rest of the SEC grouping and the other 15 teams are actually pretty loaded, and they're most likely, for the most part, going to get in a regional without the SEC tournament. So that's going to help them. So a lot of teams will go into it kind of like, well, we're not going to go all in. We're not going to use our guys. We're not going to throw them, our regular Friday, Saturday, Sunday starters 5+ innings.
Right.
So they may have a chance there to be able to, get into it. But at the same time, like, they've got to perform.
Yeah.
And they haven't done that for the most part of the, for all the season. They haven't really performed in the SEC, in SEC play. And so, look, you score 20 runs this weekend, that should give you at least 2 wins, but there's just so many things that have gone wrong for them, on the mound, at the plate, just a multitude of things. But, hey, look, I've seen weirder things before, like, they can do it.
Yeah.
And it's not like the talent's going anywhere. They still got it. They still got the arms. They still got bats. They can still score runs. They're still a baseball team. And look, I promise you, Jay is pushing them to go win this tournament.
Yeah.
Jay has not folded in the towel or thrown it in. Neither of these players. Like, they want to win. There's nothing about them that they don't want to go out there and win. They want to compete. They're going to compete, and Jay's going to make them compete to the best of their ability.
Yeah.
And if that ends up in an SEC tournament win, great. Go sneak in somewhere as a 3 seed in a regional or 4 seed, honestly.
Yeah.
But they got a lot of work to do. Oklahoma's a tough team, and then to go straight to Auburn with the bats that they have and some really great arms, it's a tough task.
Yeah.
Tough task, but, I've seen weirder things in baseball, and if they do it, be scared on the other side in a regional, because then they'll just, baseball's funky. They get hot. It's just weird. You might get some arms that come back, but it's a long way to go before we get there.
Yeah, it is.
Tomorrow.
It is. Gosh, if we're trying to pump some real sunshine into this deal,
not a whole lot of sunshine.
I know, but what you said is true, and we talked about it a little bit earlier. Like, there's going to be most of the field here is going to be pitching guys that normally wouldn't pitch in high leverage situations. You've been really good with the bats. Like, it hasn't been scoring runs. That has not been the issue outside of Friday's game for you. Like, that's kind of the outlier. Every other game you've been losing by football scores, right? So if they throw off, okay, well, here's your chance to score runs because you're throwing on. Like, everything you got, you're having
everything
to use.
in the tank you're using.
You're using. And so, like, a team, like, let's say you do get past Oklahoma. Well, a team like Auburn, like you said, like, they can
not
really
use their Friday night guy.
They can hit it, right, but it's going to look different on the mound.
But they can swing it.
Yeah.
The bats aren't going anywhere.
No, it's still 1 through 9 is going to be the same line.
40 runs in 2 innings, whatever it is.
Yeah.
The bats aren't going anywhere from Auburn.
Yeah.
So you got to get over the plate.
Yeah.
To have almost 300 walks, that I hate saying that.
Yeah.
Like last year, I think they had like 250 at the end of Omaha.
Yeah.
Which is
a lot more games.
Yeah. You're playing 14 more games almost.
Yeah.
And almost 20.
Yeah.
And so to have almost 300 walks at this point just through the regular season is disgusting.
Yeah.
And they have to get the ball over the plate, and play error-free baseball. Like that's 2 of Jay's things.
Yeah.
And I know he's throwing up every night when he's drinking orange juice, staring at the moon.
Yeah, right.
Like he's just throwing up about it.
And that's the thing too, is like, you haven't thrown strikes, and when you do, then your defense hasn't played behind you. And you would know this because you've played both at LSU. You played a position when you first got here, you've pitched.
Right.
So, like, as a pitcher, like, okay, well, when I throw strikes and they hit it, I'm not getting picked up behind me. So what am I going to do? I'm going to try to be perfect. I'm going to try to live on the black. I'm going to try to strike guys out. Then you start walking guys because you don't have the confidence that if you put it in play, a play's going to be made.
Yeah, it just doesn't work, on the mound from that standpoint. Like, got to make plays, but you got to be able to throw strikes. All these, it's not like they can't throw strikes. They can throw strikes. I don't know what, if it's a mental thing or if it's a preparation thing for them. I don't know. But I think you'll see, and I know if he's alluded to it multiple times in the last few weeks when they've been getting, shelled in the back half of his, post-game press conferences is, this will never happen again.
Yeah.
And he's continuing to say that, knowing that he's going to probably try and do something different on the recruiting and a transfer portal standpoint. I think you'll probably see a lot, younger guys probably, and really build into the program. Because it's not like you don't have the money to pay these guys. You have, a ton of NIL, working for you. So to be able to bring in freshmen and sophomores and build them through the program, and you can continue to pay them, that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you can build them into the program, kind of like it used to be without guys getting paid, and people had a pride for LSU and a little bit of loyalty, and it meant something to wear purple and gold, then you can really kind of build and recenter your program around that. I think you may see that, and you'll still have the occasional, Tommy White come in who's you're going to take a chance on him because you can.
Yeah.
And so maybe he comes and hits 40 bombs in a season, and then it's great. But I think you'll probably see a lot more younger guys build into the program now.
Yeah, and, the draft, as we were talking about this earlier too, like the draft beat you up a little bit this year, which a place like LSU, some years that happens. 2 years ago, like you did really well in it. And so you do have that opportunity now with NIL in the draft. You can promise them, hey, you come here, you have a great career, you start out basically, you'll go to A for a little bit, but you'll pretty much step into double A pretty quickly, and you don't have to take the bus rides and low A and high A and all that stuff. And so you have something to sell. And look, it's going to have to be, a lot of different players, a lot of different positions, but I think it's going to have to be more than anything. It's got to be frontline Friday, Saturday stuff. Like William Schmidt's going to come back and his development, he has taken a big step this year. But like this year, you just because Kaysen was like a stopper last year.
Yeah.
Right. And then he tries to make the transition to a Friday starter. He goes through some injuries. Your Saturday starter gets hurt pretty early. And so that just continued to roll downhill, where you go back to the championship season last year, you had the best 1-2 punch that you could ask for, one of the best ones in school history, maybe the best.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's what it looks like at LSU. That's where you got to try to get back. And even if you don't get to that point, because Hanson and Kate Anderson are unicorns.
Look, and the 2 years you've won it, 23 and 25, in the most recent years, is you have two starters that are just major league pitchers.
Yeah, Skeens and Floyd before that.
Skeens and Floyd and Caden Einson.
Yeah.
That's the recipe.
Yeah.
Jay's teams can score runs.
Yeah.
He knows how to manufacture runs.
We were talking about it earlier, Will. The other day, Saturday, when they lost, 1 through 4 had 10 hits and 10 RBIs for you, and you lost.
Yeah.
Your 1 through 4 hitters had 10 RBIs, and you lost, and 10 hits. So, they can score. Yeah, they can score runs.
Jay's teams can score runs. It's his thing. He's going to average 8 runs.
Yeah.
In a season. That's been his thing. He can manufacture runs with long ball hitters and guys that can bunt. He can just manufacture runs for whatever reason. He's good at it.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't, if there's not those two starters that can get you wins on that Friday and Saturday, it's a long road. A long,
lonely road.
Yeah, and even look, in 24 we had Holman and Jump, two guys that were great.
Yeah, Alondra brought that point up earlier.
Great,
yeah,
but you look at the difference between Jump and a guy like Kate Anderson. It's a mile of a difference. Those two starters. That makes your season.
Yeah,
it makes your season.
Yeah, it's got to be, and it is knowing Jay like we do. It's top priority going into the offseason. All right, before we let you go, what you got going on at Louisiana Loaded? I mean, a couple times ago we caught up with you. You had like 17 things in 3 days to fit in. Has it slowed down at all?
It's slowed down a touch. Festival season has slowed down. Summer's coming. We're starting to fish, starting to golf.
I bet you got a line in the water somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
The past 2 weekends we've gone snapper fishing and about to get out on the water and soak up the sun. Just a few more festivals here and there, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I know. I've seen a couple of podcast episodes as well.
Yeah. Jordy and I are keeping rolling once a week. About to probably start doing 2 times a week with some different guests. Big announcement coming shortly from Louisiana Loaded, so keep your eyes open on that.
You better be careful. Joy's gonna have you working 5 days a week.
I know. Not happening. I gotta take a break. Get a line in the water.
That's right.
Drink a few beers. All the good stuff. Other than that. Big things on the front for Gordon, NIL wise.
Awesome.
35 plus football players probably on the G team.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It should be super exciting.
Yeah.
Football is going to be a hit this year. It's super emotional time in Baton Rouge. The energy is high. It's fun. So we're looking forward to that.
Awesome, man. Well, we appreciate you, brother. Hopefully, we can catch up with you next week after this incredible run that LSU baseball's going to make.
I'll be tuning in. Start it tomorrow.
All right, appreciate you. Will Helmers, good enough to join us. Check out Louisiana Loaded. More OTB when we come back here live from the Raising Cane studio.
Off the bench.
All right, go to getgordon.com. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. We just talked about the G team there. If you want to see what's going on with the G team, with your favorite athletes throughout Louisiana, if you want to see what they're doing in the local community, you can always find their handle on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. It's going to be @GetGordon. If you want to get in contact with them, there's so many different ways to get in contact with them as well. If you want to go to getgordon.com, you can have a chat with a live agent right there on the website. It's going to be the first thing that pops up. They can answer your questions for you. If you want to give them a call, we always say this, no matter where you're at in Louisiana, you can be in the 318, you can be in the 225-504-337-985. It does not matter. From Shreveport to Houma, everywhere in between, it's your area code followed by 888-8888. So you can answer, they can answer any of the questions that you might have, and you can always check out what they've got going on because there's always something going on. Again, local community with the G team, @GetGordon's the handle, getgordon.com is the website. Get Gordon and get it done.
I got my first real 6-string, bought it at the 5 and dime, played it till my fingers bled, was the summer of 69, me and some guys from school.
Off the bench with Hester and Flynn, presented by Bayou Automotive.
All right, welcome back in OTB. Will Helmers just joined us. Always appreciate his time. He's been on a team that's made a run in the SEC tournament back in 24, but I think he realizes, just like we realize, the uphill battle that's going to be for LSU baseball heading to Hoover. And again, that game's going to be tomorrow, take on Oklahoma. A lot of work in front of the Tigers, to say the least. I want to remind you about our friends over at K2Z. K2Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. K2ZBlinds.com is the website. KTOZBlinds.com is the website. Brandon Bart and the team are going to come out to your space, know your space, learn your space, change your space in a matter of minutes. They've done it for me. They'll do it for you, and they'll do it every single time. If you need drapes, shades, shutters, outdoor screens, motorized, push a button, goes down, incredibly easy, changes the entire feel of your home inside and outside. K2Z is always the answer. KTOZBlinds.com. 10 RBIs and 10 hits from the first 4 people, and you lose. Oh, boy.
It's just not good.
I know. It feels like your neck does right now.
Bro, I'm struggling so hard back here. Like, I can barely move. It's like not good.
I heard a wince sound earlier, and I look over, and Alondra's like looks like she's straining. I'm like, go to the hospital. Like, get out of here. Go to the hospital.
For our YouTube viewers, Alondra, you know when you hurt your neck and you're like this? Talk to somebody.
Dude.
That's where she's at right now.
So damn bad.
Yeah.
Like she has to turn her whole body around to look behind her. It's like, all right,
I couldn't even put my headphones on just now. Because it's not just the neck, it's just going all the way down.
Hey, it's the grind. It's the grind of the block early in the morning.
I don't even know how it happened.
Got to stop lifting so much weight. That's what it is.
True. I'm just too swole.
Weight's not going to lift itself.
Yeah.
Can't be squatting 600 anymore.
At one time in my life, I could do that. My body would
hurt.
disintegrate if I did that right now.
Yeah. It's fine. I'm going to go to midline later, get some needles in my neck.
Cody said, did we show Jake's first pitch? We did, but we more importantly showed Memphis. First pitch.
Stole the show.
Hey, yes. Much better than his dad. But look, his dad threw a strike. I want that to be known. Okay?
No bouncing off the plate.
No bounce.
You had it.
I will say, the LSU player that called it, he wasn't a catcher because he swiped up at it instead of trying to frame it and bring it back down. Just saying. If I'd have had Aaron B.
That's what they do nowadays.
I would have.
They swipe now.
They'd have framed it a little bit better, I think. So, all right, we got hour 3. We'll see if tummy aches here. OTB, live from the Raising King studio.
Off the bench.
All right, go see our friends over at Rouse's. Rouses.com is the website. And believe it or not, Flynn actually sort of is holding true to his promise. My high's on sale finally at your Rouse's. Flynn definitely screwed that up. But every Rouse's is going to be on sale throughout the month of May. You can check that out. But look, they are set up for, if you want to go in right now, the breakfast bar is right there. If you want to go in for lunch, the sushi bar, the salad bar, the lunch bar, pre-made meals, they make it easy and convenient for you. They have local flavor to them as well with local products like My High, but also like if you want crawfish, but you just want it for lunch, like they have bags of crawfish with potatoes, with corn, like ready to go. You pick it up, you go have lunch. If you're having a big crawfish boil, like you can go buy your crawfish there. Like they are Louisiana through and through. Go to the website today, rouses.com.